Eccomi ritornato, abbiamo battuto il boia e adesso vediamo cosa ci aspetta dietro questa porta. Subito video.
Monsieur.
C'est toi? Oh, that voice. Tonight, mon enfant.
Sto morendo però.
Oh mon Dieu. They did it. They did it. They've turned my sweet daughter into a cold machine.
It's all right. Stay calm.
Allora è il mio creatore.
Well, Ludia, what has Cagliostro told you? Has he sent you to put me out of my misery?
No, I'm going to get you out of here. Let me help you.
There's no point. I'm burning with fever, and I'm already short of breath. Death lurks around every corner in this prison. I couldn't escape it. I'm not long for this world.
No, you can't. Outside, your automats are slaughtering men, women, and children. What you have done, monsieur, only you can undo.
What I have done, the miracles I performed, the wonders I gave to this kingdom, it was nothing but vanity. I closed my eyes to it for so long. Mesmer, Cagliostro, souls snatched from their eternal rest like water from a well. I should have set fire to the workshop. I should have melted my creations.
It's not too late to stop the massacre.
I don't have the strength. You must...
Speak, monsieur. Say something awful.
You must stop them. The king and his loathsome henchman, Cagliostro, the master of the machines. He gives them their orders. He must be silenced at all costs. Take my hand.
Monsieur. Monsieur. Father.
No, no, my pauvre enfant. I am not your
È
father.
tosta,
No more than you are Athenais. You're but the vessel that contains what is left of her broken soul. Ludia, I don't want to die without hope. In the name of what is left of her in you, in the name
Mi l'hanno
of her love
massacrato.
for you, I beg you to free her from the purgatory our enemies have confined her to.
I will grant your wish, monsieur.
Do you realize what that means? Are you ready to make that sacrifice?
The ultimate sacrifice.
Ma fille, I shall never see her darling face again. Ma petite. You must set her free. Bring her back into the light. The light.
No.
Monsieur. Monsieur. Monsieur.
Che pezzo di merda. Mi è proprio da sbudelare vivo quello lì comunque. Ah, sono tornato al quartier generale.
Citoyen, I come bearing sad tidings. Monsieur de Vaucanson has passed away. I was present for his last breath in his cell at the Bastille.
Juste ciel. Requiescat in pace.
Mon Dieu, it is a cruel fate that has taken my dearest friend from me today.
Was he at least able to tell you something before he passed away?
No, nothing.
How unfortunate.
We are lost.
Must we resign ourselves to this disastrous turn of events?
No, General. Every part of me refuses to do so. Eugène de Vaucanson made me make a promise that I swore to keep. Now I have no other choice than to risk everything.
What are you thinking, Aegis?
I'm thinking of making my way to Versailles.
Eh bien, you should know that I also plan to go there.
You don't even think about it.
Ma foi. What have we got to lose? Our lives? At this point, you must admit that they're not worth much.
I agree with the Marquis's resolution. We must take into account everything that Aegis has done to foil the King's plans. The time has come for us to put ourselves at her service.
Not so fast, mon ami. Let's not rush into anything. You'd have to be mad to want to be part of the battle to come. Those who agree to take part in this strike will need to keep a low profile until Aegis has cleared the way. As for you, madame, I do not know what new arrangements have been made since my last visit to the Queen, but I found the area around the North Wing to be particularly empty. Here is where you should launch the attack. If fortune is in my favor, I shall be waiting for you at the Petit Trianon with something to help you make your way through the gardens.
As for us, once the automats have been defeated, we will enter the palace to seize the king and the count.
Is that your plan, Monsieur le Marquis?
It is, monsieur.
We are about to take the small step that separates audacity from madness.
Are you ready to take it, madame?
Citoyen, I cannot escape my obligations. It is in my very nature to honor them. I kept the promise I made to the Queen to find Monsieur de Vaucanson. I am now bound by the oath I swore before my creator. If I go to Versailles, it is in the hope of rescuing Athenais. I think also of all that remains to be done in Paris. And what's more, you demand my help to make you masters of the king.
It is a heavy burden that we place on your shoulders. But once again, we must leave it up to you. Take your time, Aegis. A hasty decision could lead to disaster.
We will be ready for action when the time comes.
Pour la nation!
Et pour le royaume!
Entra nella tenuta reale. Ah, devo proprio decidere se andare a fare il re oppure andare da Athenais. Io direi di andare da Athenais a sto punto. E sta cassa, what the fuck? Ma il problema è le carceri. Ok, sono arrivato al nascondiglio di Athenais. Ora dobbiamo perlustrare la zona. Qua c'è una cassa. Questo cos'è? Un foglietto. E qua c'è la sua essenza. Interroga gli ospiti del convento. Fuori sono sulla strada giusta, eh? Molto probabilmente, però. Sì, sono arrivato.
General Lafayette.
Do you need help, Aegis?
Franciscus Antonius. Do these names mean anything specific to you?
François Antoine. Hold on. Of course. That's the master arquebusier who killed the beast of Gévaudan. The affair took place during the reign of Louis the Beloved, just a few leagues from the castle where I grew up. I was still a young boy, but I remember it like it was yesterday. It caused a stir all over the country.
I doubt that it has anything to do with my case.
I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that.
Lui non sa niente. Questo invece.
Citoyen Necker.
Pardon me, madame?
Do the names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
No, nothing at all. I'm very sorry that I'm of no help to you.
Non neanche. Lui?
Aegis, I'd like to talk to you about my research. Do you have a few moments to spare for me?
Certainly, mon père. I am listening.
I've carefully collected the testimony of our companions here. Then I compared them with the observations made during my investigation of the man who calls himself Cagliostro. I came to quite the shocking conclusion. I believe I have discovered how the royal automats remain constantly in motion. Like clocks that never need winding. They get their energy from the souls of the dead, Aegis. They drink from the anima essence that permeates the purgatory described by Monseigneur de la Fare. These machines feed on the dead. The greater the massacre, the deeper the river where they slake their thirst.
Franciscus Antonius. Does that mean anything to you?
Let's see. François Antoine. No, that doesn't mean anything to me, I'm afraid.
Non neanche.
ma cher.
Lui invece cosa sa?
My respects, Monseigneur.
I didn't expect to see you again so soon, Aegis. We missed you when we had to leave our shelter at Place Saint-Méry. The path that led us to this convent was not an easy one, believe me.
Do the four names Franciscus Antonius mean anything to you?
The Franciscan order, perhaps?
Go on.
Franciscus Assisiensis, the founder of the order, and Antonius Patavinus, one of its most illustrious members. I'm sorry, Aegis, but that's all I can think of.
We're not getting anywhere.
Beh, almeno qualcosa.
Did you go to the Hotel de Massiac?
No, not yet.
Remember, it's by Les Halles, just west of the Marché des Innocents.
I found a cane inscribed with the name Franciscus Antonius. Does that mean anything to you?
No, I'm sorry.
Nessuno sa niente, cacchio è?
Citoyen Mirabeau. I found a broken cane. It says Franciscus Antonius on it. Do you know who it belongs to?
Well, I never. Yes, I know.
Dai,
the
eccolo.
owner. And I'm willing to bet you're looking for a certain François Antoine.
That's right.
Well, you'd need to look a little further east, mademoiselle. Across the Rhine, for a start. Because this cane belongs, or belonged, to a certain Franz Anton Mesmer.
Mesmer, the Prince of Charlatans. It's been a long time since I've heard his name.
5 years to be exact since your learned commission denounced his theories.
It wasn't long after that when he disappeared.
Mesmer. Eugène de Vaucanson said that name before he died. Can you tell me more about him?
He was a mystical healer who was once popular with the upper class. I myself attended several of his sessions.
You mentioned a commission.
The king did not look kindly on the healer's popularity within the court. This led him to appoint a commission from the Royal Academy of Sciences, an institution to which Monsieur Lavoisier and I have the honor to belong. We were asked to investigate his alleged powers. The experiments that we performed allowed us to determine that Monsieur Mesmer's activities were pure charlatanism, a conclusion that destroyed his successful career the moment it was published.
You dismiss Monsieur Lavoisier's remarks rather hastily. He doesn't shout it from the rooftops, but in his opinion there was still something. A tiny flow of energy that his devices were able to measure.
However, his observations could never be reproduced. It was obviously a momentary failure of his equipment, though he stubbornly refuses to believe it.
When and how did Monsieur Mesmer disappear?
The denunciation of his techniques was the start of a long descent into hell for Monsieur Mesmer. He was abandoned by his clients and resumed his research in virtual secrecy. I think he was hoping to perfect his so-called science and restore his reputation with the Academy.
A hope that led him to associate himself with that dastardly Cagliostro. God only knows what experiments they may have carried out. In any case, their collaboration did not last long. Monsieur Mesmer left the kingdom overnight to return to his mother country.
Why did he leave so quickly?
That is a mystery. But those who saw him that morning say it was as if he had the devil at his heels. He left in such a hurry that he abandoned everything he owned. Furniture, belongings, and scientific equipment. And it seems that Cagliostro has inherited this treasure.
Is that so? Well, if what you say is true, that broken cane must have passed into the Count's hands.
Yes, it's likely.
This adventurer from who knows where is quite a mysterious character. And he has been very busy recently. I've been able to observe him from my apartments, making frequent visits to Rue Saint-Honoré, on the Tuileries side. I wonder what he was doing there.
What were Monsieur Mesmer's theories?
He supported an imprecise theory he called animal magnetism. He claimed to be able to channel a purported universal healing fluid by passing his hands over patients and using magnets.
He also cobbled together a whole array of mad devices, each stranger than the last. Unfortunately, despite all his attempts, I don't know that he ever cured anyone.
What happened during Monsieur Mesmer's treatment sessions?
Oh, they were quite a spectacle to behold. Imagine well-born ladies afflicted with perfectly imaginary illnesses. A dimly lit room where incense has been burned to intoxicate the soul and cloud your vision. Amiable servants, half-dressed, gliding from countess to duchess to the sound of a sensual melody. And the great Mesmer, a doctor with wandering hands, presiding over the wonderful scene. Oh, you should have seen them. Those grand ladies moaning, crying, and falling into a swoon. clinging to that strange tub. Du théâtre, ma chère. Pure theater.
Dobbiamo ritracciare Cagliostro. Arrivo, maledetto. Dove dobbiamo andare? Qui? Entra nella tenuta reale. Andiamo. Attenzione, una volta a Versailles non potrai più spostarti verso gli altri livelli con la carrozza e non potrai completare eventuali missioni secondarie in corso. Mi puzza di missione finale, non lo so. Calma e sangue freddo. Una bella bussa e si va con calma. Così qua si dà il tutto per tutto qua. Oh merda, stiamo morendo. Uno è andato. Ma che saluto maledetto. Morto. Oh! Come ti permetti? Sembra roba di tosti, i nemici qua. Ma niente può fermarci. Let's go. E quella stanza lì? Un attimo. Controllo veloce. Andiamo.
General de Lafayette told me to go this way to enter the garden, but how can you manage to make it out alive?
Siete due forse? Sì, forse siete due? Bello lì. Cantolamo quell'arma lì. Boom. Oh, ma che cazzo? Muori cagnaccio. No! Ok. Forse a quello riusciamo a uccidere lo stealth. Ma dai, perché non me l'ha fatto? Vabbè, abbiamo ucciso easy. 20 metri, boschetto di mezzogiorno. Ricordati con il generale della Lafayette. Manco solo quei due, stealth e via. Ma cosa vuoi fare? Ne smetti. Muori veloce. Oh, quanti cani ci sono? Ok. bella giocata. Mega salto e siamo dentro. Come ha fatto a prendere? Muori. Oh merda. Bello. Fatto non morire. Muori. Cos'è? Madonna come l'ho preso. 20 metri, ci siamo. Petit trianon. Qui cosa c'è? Eccolo, è nel momento. Madonna come l'ho preso. Guarda che si è bloccato con quello lì. Bello. Proprio al momento giusto l'ho congelato. La vedo tosta qua. Cosa volevi fare? No, maledetto. Morto. Ecco, ci siamo, andiamo. Qui ti congelo, Ma devi smettere di muovere. È veloce pure. Cosa mi ha colpito? È morto forse. Ora. Mi senza check comunque, un po' difficile. Qua è bello tosto da fare. Euro io e te. Maledetto. Due colpetti forse? Ma non... Merda. Stiamo andando bene. Bello lì. Cosa fai tu? Buona anche tu. Boschetto di Apollo. Siamo vicini, me lo sento. Questo cos'è?
Our plan is foolproof. Monsieur Cléry will be waiting for you at Gros Caillou at the appointed time. But I warn you, do not be late.
Don't worry, monsieur. I will not fail you.
Very well. As for the rest, everything is explained in this letter. Mesdames, the die is cast. In a week, God willing, you will be in Vienna, and the children under the Emperor's protection.
Quiet, someone is coming. Monsieur, you must leave.
Your Grace. Monsieur, to what do we owe this honor?
Mesdames, we are in grave danger. In Paris, the people are up in arms. I've been informed that the rebels are marching on the palace.
What do you mean?
There is no need to be alarmed. You are to be taken to Saint-Cloud and placed under competent protection. Have your people prepare your things. You will leave Versailles in an hour.
Good heavens, my queen. How will I get to the children?
Oh mon Dieu. All is lost.
Che è quello? Eccoci.
Aegis, where on earth have you been? Did you not receive my message ordering you to Saint-Cloud?
Yes, I did. But unfortunately, I was not able to answer your call.
My life was at stake. It was your duty to protect me.
Your life has no more value than that of your subjects, madame.
Grand Dieu! How dare you!
Madame, go and find the children. We must get going.
No, no. We can't. I can't.
The children here? At the Petit Trianon?
Yes. They are upstairs in the Queen's room.
General, you and I both know what is coming. You must take them to safety post-haste.
No, I will not leave without Gabrielle.
Madame de Polignac? What happened to her?
Something strange is going on here. The automats will not come within 100 paces.
The King's orders, no doubt. He wants to protect his family from his own automats.
Sadly, Gabrielle got it into her head to explore the area to gauge the size of the enemy forces. The fool. She left so heedlessly that she was captured before our eyes and we couldn't do anything to help her.
Where did the automats take her?
They went towards the palace.
Run and get the children. They must not remain at Versailles any longer.
Have no fear, madame. I will take you to a place where all three of you will be safe.
I will help Madame de Polignac.
Dieu te vienne en aide. You are her only hope.
Don't delay, Aegis. Our companions are ready to take the palace as soon as you have destroyed its protectors. I will join you when I have fulfilled my commitment to Her Majesty.
Sconfiggi l'automa nella corte di marmo. Non ho colpito. No, da te, oh. No! Devo ammazzare prima quello, sono da fastidio. Morto. Oh! Quanti per me? Riesco da dietro? Oh sì che riesco. Sei morto. Maledetto. C'è qualcosa lì? Ma sei bloccato?
The key, Adonais. The key.
I gave it to you earlier.
Please, it's no matter. Once again, we were treated to a charming show.
Oh, it was much more than that, Monsieur de Vaucanson. This automat is a masterpiece. A mechanical marvel. It could do much more than dance, ne croyez-vous pas?
Mo inizio. Senza un check è brutto, molto brutto. Viale reale. Oh, un check, finalmente. 60.000. Madò. Ma potenziamoci veloci. Lo facciamo agilità. Potenza. Potenziamo pure un modulo. Bello lì. E ci equipaggiamo un modulo grado 3. O mettiamo questo. Vediamo se possiamo comprare un modulo. Questo modulo aumenta significativamente danni fisici. Questo è buono. Questo modulo riduce significativamente l'autonomia, che però non viene più consumata eseguendo schivate e salti. Cioè schivate infinite posso fare. Però preferisco questo. E compriamo anche questo, va. Almeno ce l'avevo già lì, bello lì caldo. Alla fine, ovviamente, madonna i danni, l'ho massacrato. Ammazziamo pure quello. Perfetto, morto. Metri, un bel rampino e siamo arrivati. Oh, quanti ce ne sono? Ok. Madonna, sta pistola. Molto forte. No! 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 Sono ammazzato ora. Perfetto. Qui c'è una bella cassa pure. Madonna, con un colpo l'ho ammazzato. Madonna, la strage. Madò. Apriamo il cancello, almeno se moriamo partiamo da qua e si va.
Madame, the Estates General brandish the threat of rebellion. There is plotting afoot. They are stirring up the populace. Worse, they are making pacts. A number of representatives of the nobility and the clergy have taken up the cause of the Third Estate. As for my army, there is not a man among them I can trust. That is why I have made new arrangements for you. From now on, the Swiss Guard will no longer be protecting you.
Then who will, my love?
Take a look for yourself. Be assured you are in sturdier hands.
Whatever do you mean? Isn't that Rutia? Monsieur Vaucanson's dancing doll?
Appearances can be deceiving, mesdames. The Count has made extraordinary improvements to this automat.
Aegis, this is Her Majesty the Queen. You are now to serve her. Make sure no harm comes to her and obey the orders she will give you.
Madame, I am at your service.
Patre les He can speak. This makes no sense. This is sorcery.
Make no mistake, mesdames, it is science, which we owe to the work of the Count, and which will soon be made known to the entire world.
Andiamo a sconfiggere quella merda lì. Oh, uguali. E non lo fare più. Dai, vai da dietro. Perfetto. Siamo pronti? Guarda, brutta, eh? Prepariamoci al meglio. Ah, quello è. Sembra abbastanza veloce da... Madonna, è gigantesco. Oh! No! Il devasto! Quel devasto facciamo adesso. Non capisco se fa danni da gelo o fuoco. Seconda fase? Sì! Cosa fa? Cos'è quella roba? Sto scherzando. Quanto toglie? Quanto toglie? No, quanto tolto con quell'attacco lì? Come faccio a schivarlo quello? È possibile? No, ho perso così. Mamma mia. No, dobbiamo farcela. E mi deve prendere. Come... No! No! Non ci ho fatto caso. Madonna. Spettacolo. Ma io un botto, non so come schivarlo quella roba. Tutto abbiamo usato. Oh, adesso a me più. No, merda, no, merda, no, merda. Adesso questo è nostro. Deve. Ma cosa ho fatto? Dai, un colpetto. Un colpo. Madonna, bella. Cos'è? Non sei felice? Maledetto. Scappa, bravo.
Oh, see how the Aegis turns against its master.
You are not my master, tyrant! You never were!
I am quite happy to concede this point, but what about the Count? Have you forgotten that he gave you life and whispered the order that animates you? Look how he runs, the coward! Do you understand what he has in mind? La pauvre enfant, sleeping so sweetly, she won't be dreaming for long now!
Poisson! Athenais!
No, l'ha presa di nuovo.
Don't move!
The time has come to set you free, Aegis. This whore's soul has poisoned your cogs for too long. Adieu, sad puppet.
No, cosa fa? Brava.
Anti-Devine. I don't want to
E
die.
invece sì. Vabbè, dai, se ne va.
Athenais,
Ma è viva?
the sun is rising, and you have slept for far too long. The beauty of this world longs for you, just as you long for its light, for you are like the flowers that open in the morning. I know you, mon ami. We loved each other. Vous en souvient-il? You gave me your heart. So please, let me give you mine today. Vivez heureuse, Athenais, for it is happily that I leave this world.
This way, monsieur.
Quindi? No.
What?
Monsieur, we have the king. It is now up to us to wield his scepter. In this trying time, crucial decisions must be made without delay.
First and foremost, we must take back Paris.
And how do we do that, mon Dieu? There are automats everywhere, and they are constantly regenerated by their crimes.
We have the king. Cagliostro has fled, but he is leaving a trail of blood. I doubt he will survive his injuries. As a result, the automats are left to their own devices, with no one to give them orders and no reinforcements. And since I'm sure the Parisians will no longer venture out into the streets, the machines will soon have no more souls to harvest. Sooner or later they will no longer be able to move and, par la grâce de Dieu, will become inanimate objects again. It's a matter of days, weeks at most.
Mais ensuite, once peace has been restored, what of the kingdom?
This is indeed a crucial issue. Leaving the nation without a government would expose it to the greatest danger.
Worse, it would condemn it to civil war.
Eh bien quoi, monsieur? Can you not govern together?
Unfortunately, the disagreements that divide our assembly run far too deep. That which we can agree is that we have been given a chance to choose the person who shall succeed the tyrant.
I believe I am the person who is best suited to exercise power. Of course, I will only hold office for as long as it takes to set up a new assembly and a government of the people. For the French will no longer tolerate a king. We can be sure of that.
Are you joking? What have you done that would convince us to let you take down the monarchy?
Answer, Monsieur de Robespierre. You have our full attention.
Monsieur, I rest my case.
Very well. We must now make our decision. I pray that each of us shall respect this decision and set aside our personal interests for the sake of peace and the common good. Who among you approves the appointment of Monsieur Maximilien de Robespierre?
Oh, l'hanno preso, finalmente.
The National Convention welcomes Citoyen Robespierre, Consul of the Republic.
Citoyen Louis de Bourbon, former King of France, in the name of the French people, in light of the innumerable crimes of which you have been found guilty, the members of the National Convention, meeting as an extraordinary court, have voted to sentence you to death. The sentence will be carried out on the hour. Now that justice has been done, the nation is ready to hear your last words.
My loyal subjects, since you must lead a lamb to the altar, since you must offer a sacrifice to this new France that you intend to found, I will be that sacrifice. How dreadful this world is, where beauty is doomed to fade and flesh decays. I found no consolation in this world. I vainly thought I was giving our souls the gift of immortality beyond our mortal bodies. The Grim Reaper was my sworn enemy. Influenced by the most awful of men, I believed that the genius of machinery could overcome death itself. Alas, I have lost this fight, and am branded with a mark of murderer. Life, even more than the crown, was heavy for me to bear. I have suffered too long under the thumb of nature, which I despised. As a child, I saw my older brother die. I lost my father in the prime of his life, and then my mother, who was even younger. My beloved daughter did not live a year. As for my son, the first of my heirs, I unknowingly gave him to drink from a poisoned cup. I mourn the death of these poor souls daily. My death will not unite us, of this I am certain. For I, in my misery, have lost the support of my faith. So, executioner, lay me down on this board of adieu. I will sleep now. Sleep at last, and not to dream.
È il momento. Ah, maledetto. No, è finito. È stato un bel gioco e una bella serie. Quindi vi do appuntamento alla prossima serie che farò prossimamente. Bella a tutti.